And now a quick word from our sponsors here at Viral Hip Hop News. Man here from Viral Hip Hop News, letting my people know to go grab this bottle of miracle food right now. ShopperDoctor.org put together some of the best ingredients on God's green earth to help your immune system, give you a cleanse and reboot that your body deserves. Don't wait for your miracle. Grab it in Miracle Food right now. Let's go. Go purchase the original crime drama series by Daniel Webb, The House of Lazenberry, The House of Lazenberry 1978, and The House of Lazenberry, A Time to Heal at Archway Publishing or wherever books are sold right now.
Definitely. I'm going to ask you about also black men in Hollywood. Let's go down this road real quick. As far as like we talked about, hip hop, the violence, the drug use, the over sexualization. Let's go over to Hollywood, and we got to get your opinion. Any black actor that we had on here, we asked them this question. How do you feel about the litany of black male actors that have been, not forced, but some did it willingly, but to wear a dress? How do you feel about that?
I'm sad.
Damn.
They tried to get me to wear a dress on Cool Runnings about it. They did.
Oh no!
You said they tried to?
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
So what happened? Talk about that real quick, and then give us your thought.
Wow.
Well, there's a scene in the movie where I come in and I'm saying, and I'm the turn down maid in the room. I'm like, have a mint, sir. So I had the little hat, and I just said, I'm wearing the hat, but I ain't wearing that fucking dress. They wanted me to wear the dress, and be the maid. And first of all, I was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Where does this guy end up finding a maid's outfit out of the blue? Like it just comedically it don't work. So anyway, they didn't object or anything, but was tried. So it's funny because it's like everybody I know this has happened to. So I'm like, there's got to be some perverse stuff where they. I think it's very clear now with all of the sort of like, softness and people this time, metrosexual type stuff is going. Like, there's been a mission to demasculate and to demasculinize folks for a long, long time. I mean, there's a lot of codified language about it. But you're mean, when somebody's telling you the truth, shit like that, So people are always try. So it's this question of whether or not you're going to take those strong suggestions and believe in them, or you're going to realize take it for what it's worth, which is somebody's effort to try to control your behavior, try to get you to be less, sort of effusive about your feelings, less assertive, because a lot of times they confuse assertive with aggressive. They confuse aggressive with angry, So it's all to get you to tone your shit down and to not, and to not be a threat, because, I think that there's a lot of fragile egos in business, and people are not held together very tight. That's what people don't realize about Hollywood. People are just like one Fruit Loop away from the crazy house,
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, almost anything can set somebody off. And if people, as you know, in the culture, the Big C culture, not our culture, Big C culture, they are brought up on images that have been peddled about us for many, many moons, and they come to the equation with all these ideas. And you don't realize when you're engaging in them that you're dealing with someone with a loaded pistol.
Yeah.
You just think you just having a relationship, or you just think you're doing a movie together. You think and when really this is a situation where you nearly need to grit your teeth and tighten yourself up, because some shit has come that in some cases I think takes some brothers by surprise. So that's why they're really shocked. They're like, oh my God, it's kind of, I always tell people, like, as far as like, sort of so-called sexual harassment in the industry, like you don't go to a war and say, damn, these niggas using bullets.
Right.
So everything you heard is true. So if you're gonna go into the situation, just know that people are out there doing this. People out there, you know, trying to get you to cheapen yourself, to get you to. And I think one of the best things I've learned, I will say one thing about Bill Cosby. One thing I did learn from him, and he did tell me, that these people are afraid to say no.
Makes sense.
So it doesn't matter if somebody wants you. It doesn't matter if somebody wants you to bend over. It doesn't matter if they want you to. You can't be afraid to say no.
Right.
Because that's when people are like, oh my God, this is a crisis. What do I do? What do you mean? What do you do? You know, you're supposed to say, hey man, not the high heels. You just give those to your wife.
Right. So with that being said, I want to bring up a couple of things that people have said when we asked them about that. They said one thing, and I want to get your opinion on it. They said that it doesn't matter. I put on a dress. I'm getting paid for it. I know I'm straight. It's just the role. Right. What's your response to that?
I think that's a personal choice. I mean, if somebody, you know, rationalizes that and they can live with that, I just know that I'm interested in why you want me to do that. You know, I'm a very critical thinker, you see.
Right.
So my whole thing is, okay, you want me to grab your penis? Why do you want me to do that?
Right.
Word.
What does that say about you? Like, I need some explaining. So I think if at some point, I think you would find that all of these rationale for why you need to do something you don't want to do, they will unravel when you question people. You realize deep down inside that you're dealing with a pervert. You see? So that's really the thing, man. It's like, if you can give me a list, it's like white folks saying they're superior. My whole thing is prove it.
Right.
Word. That's a fact. Has there ever been a role in Hollywood? I mean, the Cool Running situation you just explained, but has there ever been a situation where there was a role where they wanted you to do something, you're like, nah, I'm not cool with that, and that ended up kind of costing you maybe another role or something like that in Hollywood?
See, I wouldn't know because they never tell you like, hey, you know, we're gonna not give you a role because you said no to us. But saying no does have consequences. You know, definitely. I don't want to be misleading to any person, particularly young person, that thinks that you can just maintain your integrity without cost.
Right.
There's going to be a cost, but you know, half the time what you're doing is you're weeding out all the people that would have that are indecent anyway. So, you know, it's house cleaning. You know, just save your money and sign your check.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip bars is back. Hip hop, Sam and oh God, what's up with you? I done watched them niggas do interview after interview. They not culture vultures, the culture something they been into. So if you never gave them a view, I recommend you do. Cause when they question guests, they message is not subliminal. It don't matter if you a rookie.